Hello everyone, in this video I will explain how to connect a water level sensor to an ESP8266 controller. This video will be a summary of another video that I recorded in Spanish. So if you want to see the step-by-step instructions, you can visit the original video and activate the automatic translations. These are all the components that we are going to use to make our configuration. Here we have a Node MCU, ESP8266 controller. We will also need a resistor, a 220 ohms resistor. Also, we will need a voltage regulator. In this case, I am using a 7805 regulator. It's a 5 volts regulator. And I will use the power source. For this diagram, I'm using a 12 volts battery, but you can use any 12 volts power source. Also, we will need our water level sensor. In this software that I'm using for this diagram, I don't have the water level sensor. So I will use this microphone to simulate our water level sensor. Now I will explain how to wire all these devices. First of all, you need to know that the water level sensor will receive a 12 volts input and the output will be a value between 0 and 5 volts. So the first wire you need to connect is the output, one of the wires of the water level sensor, and the wire will be connected to the A0 pin of the controller. So in this same wire, we will connect our resistor to the ground of the controller. The voltage regulator have 3 pins: the input, the negative, the ground, and the output. The input will be connected to the 12 volts power supply. The negative or the ground will be connected to the negative of the power supply. And the output will be connected to the voltage input of the controller. So this device, this voltage regulator, will be the power supply for our controller. If you decide to power the controller through the USB port, you won't need the voltage regulator, so you can remove it from the circuit. But in my case, for this example, I will continue with this voltage regulator. The last wire that we need to connect is the ground of the controller. Will be connected directly to the ground of the power source, in this case to the negative pole of our 12 volts battery. As a summary, we can say that our water level sensor will be connected. One of the pins will be to the 12 volts power supply, and the other pin will be connected to the A0 pin of the controller. You need to remember that the A0 pin of the controller will receive a value between 0 and 5 volts, depending on the readings of the water level sensor. Also, this wire will be connected to the ground using the resistor. Our voltage regulator have 3 pins: the input, the ground, and the output. The input will be connected to the 12 volts power supply. The ground will be connected to the negative pole of the battery or the negative pole of the power supply. And the output will be connected to the voltage input of our controller. And the ground of the controller will be connected to the ground of our battery. Thank you for watching this video, and in a second part, I will explain how to program this controller to use our water level sensor.